Well, hello, my friends. What is up? It's your friend and pal Seth. My pronouns are he and they. Um, I know I haven't actually done a video in quite some time, actually, here on my YouTube channel. But you know that I really wanted to do this video tonight and everything because there's just a lot that I have been kind of holding back and everything. And there's some things that I really feel that I really want to share and everything. And one of the reasons, or probably the biggest reason, is because I've been doing actually a lot of reflection. And tomorrow is my birthday. February 26th is my birthday. And what I found is that all of the birthdays that I've had, kind of a lot of them, well, all of them that I can remember, previous to this one. I have my gratitude, gratitude for making it another year, gratitude for all sorts of things and everything. And this year, the biggest thing that I'm finding when I'm really looking at in terms of gratitude is that I'm grateful to be alive, um, to actually see my birthday and to actually be alive this year. Um, there has been kind of a lot going on, and I kind of wanted to share some things that have been going on that I kind of brought me to this reflection and kind of brought me to this place. But before I kind of get into that, I know the last part of 2025 and also beginning now part of 2026 has just been a whirlwind for me. Um, but it's been a whirlwind, but in the best way. I'm learning a lot more about myself. I'm learning a lot more about what I'm capable of. I'm learning a lot about some of the limitations that I put. That we put a lot of limitations on ourselves, and I find that I've been putting a lot of limitations on myself. Um, in all sorts of areas of my life. But quickly found that I'm capable of a lot more than I think I am. And everything, and that has also been a real true blessing that I have found. Um, so this past month, these past actually 2 months, 2026 has just been a whirlwind. Um, but I don't want to get too graphic or too anything. But earlier this month in February, I was actually put in the hospital. I was in the hospital for about a week, actually, literally a week. And it all started actually because I have something called cellulitis on both of my legs. If you don't know what cellulitis is, it's a kind of bacterial infection that had pretty much started with my feet and ankles actually being swollen because of vein issues, because of water retention, all of that. And then I had the skin, like the skin around that, the skin pretty much broke and everything, and bacteria seeped in. And let's just say it wasn't pretty. It got very badly infected and everything. And as I said, let's just say it wasn't pretty at all. At all, pretty much. I had first gone. It was literally in the span of 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks, and that's how fast it was. It went from barely nothing to, again, I don't want to get too graphic. Really, not wonderful, really bad. So I first had tried to go to urgent care. Urgent care said, no, we're sending you right to the hospital. I said, all right, fine. And of course, me being in a hospital, inpatient, I found myself confronting a lot of my trauma. Um, and everything because I have some trauma, in my past, my PTSD issues of being in hospitals. And it was one of those things where it was like, okay, Seth, this is called confrontation therapy, and you're going to confront this whether you want to or not, pretty much. Um, so I'm like, well, okay then. So as I said, I was in the hospital for a week. They ran all sorts of tests to make sure that the infection wasn't affecting my heart, wasn't affecting any other, part of my body. And thankfully, it was literally all superficial. It was all on the skin, on the surface. It didn't affect my heart. It didn't affect my lungs. Nothing else was affected. And again, I may get emotional here, but the fact is, I had, read kind of a lot of horror stories about, how stuff like that can actually really get into your bloodstream, number one, but it can also affect other parts of your body and can make you even sicker. And that was not the case for me. It was literally all superficial. Again, not saying that it wasn't awful, it wasn't bad. I know bad is a judgment word. But and as I said, I was in the hospital for a week. The wound care that I got in the hospital was amazing. As I said, I got all sorts of tests as well, and everything. So it was just one of those things where I was just put into a situation, as I said, where I was facing a lot of my trauma head on, confrontational therapy, being in a hospital inpatient, but also confronting, something that was also extremely scary at the same time. And again, this was again within the month of my birthday, Um, and as I said, that there were times where I really even didn't think that I would make it or that I would be here. And I am. I'm still here. Hello. Um, the thing is, I am here. And that's one of the things that I just find that I'm really extremely grateful for, to be alive, to actually see this birthday coming up tomorrow. Um, I've had to switch up my diet a lot. No more processed food, literally at all. Because again, the types of things that I'm putting into my body are kind of helping to again flush out a lot of the infection, but I have to replace a lot of the things inside of my body with amazing whole nutritious foods, anti-inflammatory foods. I'm finding, and it has been, and the thing is, I actually really like a lot of healthy foods, so that was really nice, So it wasn't too much of a huge, getting used to kind of thing. But still having some of those cravings for some of those other foods that I really really like. But I think one thing that does actually really help me when I actually do get those cravings, pardon me, for those, let's just say, not the best foods for my body and for my system and for my health, I think about what I pretty much have just been through. And I think about kind of, that the fact is that I am alive, you know, and, so is it worth it? Is it worth, putting, that stuff in your body, inside of my body? But again, I also know, taking things again in moderation, and everything. And that's also kind of been a real wake up call. So a lot of this has just been a really big wake up call for me. So that's kind of what I wanted to share. With my birthday coming up tomorrow, I've been just kind of thinking about my life, thinking about how my life has changed within the past, maybe probably even 6 months, 6, 7 months, and everything with just everything kind of going on. I am going to start doing more videos actually on my YouTube channel. So definitely be on the lookout for those coming up. I know a lot of the videos I would used to do is about the community practice I was working with. I'm still with that community practice, and it is just been a huge godsend that I absolutely love, and I love being with an amazing group of like-minded individuals and folks that just they get it. Again, we all may have different experiences and different things that we all may be going through, but I think the one thing we do have is lived experience and everything. And lived experience, I think, is can teach us so much about ourselves, about life in general. Lived experience is probably the best teacher in the world, honestly. I think for all of us. So being able to surround myself with safe, positive, and supportive individuals has also been very it also has been just been really, really important for me, and has been amazing for me as well, as I'm kind of still navigating everything. But so I think that's pretty much it. As I said, I just didn't want to come on here. Been doing a lot of birthday reflections and everything. I definitely hope you got something out of this video. I will always say, don't quit before the miracle happens. Turn your attention and ticker on the bottom. Don't quit before the miracle happens. There have been a few times, especially in this past month, where I just wanted to quit because I didn't feel like I had anything left to give or anything more to give at all. And it was one of those things, as I said, the miracle happened. The miracle for me happened. I'm doing a lot better. I'm losing weight, which I love. But the thing is, I'm also feeling better and feeling healthier. Probably than I have, with ever, within the past few years. And I think that's saying something, and that's something really big. All right. Anyway, that'll about do it for this video. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your evening. It's about 8:42 in the evening tonight, Eastern Standard Time, from where I am right now. So I hope that you have an amazing rest of your evening, an amazing rest of your week as well. Hope you had an amazing February as well. What were kind of some of your goals that you worked on, for February? Do you have any reflections on the month? Was this a birthday month for you? If it was a birthday month for you, hey, yo, birthday twin, how you doing? Let me know. And I know there are some very special people in my life that have birthdays in March, and I'm definitely going to be celebrating those individuals. And just thanking them, for being a guiding light, for me and everything. So I will always say, as I said, don't quit before the miracle happens, my babies. Find ways to keep moving forward because you are amazing. You're worth it. Let's join hands, do this together. Okay, I will also say, stay positive, stay motivated, stay focused on your amazing, absolutely huge, big dreams and goals. Never let anyone tell you that you cannot achieve your dreams and goals. Okay? And if they're going to keep telling it to you, that's fine. What you can do is just prove them wrong. Okay? So there you go. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you. I see you, cutie. Thank you for watching my video. God, you looking cute. I know I haven't said it in a while because I haven't done these videos in a while, but God, you looking cute. You're always incredible. All right. So there you go. Always looking fabulous. All right. So thank you so much. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your day, rest of your night, and I will see you in the next video.